Hello. I wanted to take a minute to discuss lot traceability for food companies using VicinityFood. Specifically, I want to talk about how we consume lots and consume raw material lots and process them into intermediate or finished good lots, and then also the lot trace inquiry associated with that. So all activity, raw material usage, finished good production in VicinityFood happens via batch entry. A batch ticket is our production document where we can show the formula or the ingredients going into the batch as well as whatever is being produced. In this case, I'm consuming a number of different raw materials to go and make a intermediate chocolate flavor. It's pretty simple, easy to do. You just tell the quantity that we actually used. In this case, I'm going to use 5 pounds of this particular ingredient. This item is a lot tracked item, so the system understands that I have lots out there and is showing me the available lots I can pick from. I tell it which lot that I actually used. In this case, I've only got one on hand, but I can actually pick from multiple lots, etc. if I partially used one lot and partially used another lot. Then when I put something on hand, then I can put it on hand and it'll actually give me a lot number. This can be defaulting from the batch number. Some people like their end items they produce to be the same lot number as their batch number. Other people have different naming or numbering conventions. We also support that with auto numbering based on the type of batch being created. But in this case, all that really happened is we consumed 5 purchased raw materials and put it into 10 produced intermediates. Then the next step in this scenario would be a fill ticket because I'm going through an intermediate. In other words, I'm telling the system that I want to consume raw materials and make an intermediate. The second step then would be a fill ticket because I'm then maybe a day or 2 or 5 days later pulling some of that bulk and I'm going to package it into different container sizes, and each of those container sizes can have its own packaging bill of material associated with it. It's the exact same exercise. I can consume a raw material lot. In this case, I can consume, say, 15 of this. It's going to consume that intermediate lot that we used that we made in the previous batch. It's going to consume that against this fill ticket, and then I can put various items on hand, getting lot numbers again defaulting from the batch number or with an auto numbering sequence. When I post, all that magic happens in inventory. Now let's go look at the actual lot trace inquiry. Let's take the scenario that a supplier contacted you and said that there was a problem with a particular lot that we have that we've received, and I'll go ahead and just pick up a raw material that we buy from this particular supplier. Here's the lot number. Could be the vendor's lot number or our lot number, but this is the lot number that was in inventory. I still have 95 on hand, so if I do have a problem with that, I need to go find 95 so I don't create bigger problems. And then I'm going to do a lot trace, and I'm going to trace upward. In other words, from the raw material to the finished goods. Saw how quick that was. What happened is, here's the raw material with a lot number. It went into this bulk item, and then we went and packaged some of that bulk into 2 different finished goods. I think one of them is a 10-pound tub and another is 1 pound, something like that. But I'm able to see all of that on the screen without having to go any further. Now, if I need a printed document, we can actually associate any number of reports with this screen. I happen to have one. It's a Crystal report, so this will render in Crystal reports. You can use SQL reporting services as well. This is highly customizable. As long as you have the SQL report writer, then you can modify this yourself. What you're looking at is the same thing you saw on the screen. We consumed some of this raw material, lot AAA, to make this intermediate, and it made lot number WE0602. And then some of that intermediate was used to make these items. So those are those 2 end items we saw on that fill ticket. And then I've also connected it directly to sales order processing, so I now see that it actually went out on an invoice to this particular customer. This is where they're located, and here's the phone number so that somebody can start calling and try to track that even further. So hopefully you can see the simplicity of recording raw material usage, putting something on hand, an intermediate or a finished good, and its impact on the lot trace, and how you might be able to present that on the screen or in a report to your choosing. Anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks a lot.